de favela que tudo aconteceu. Fui duvidar do novinho, mas olha no que deu. Ele me arrastou pra treta e eu fiquei à vontade. Fui tirando a roupa toda e começou a sacanagem. Foi no baile de favela que tudo aconteceu. Fui duvidar do novinho, mas olha no que deu. Ele me arrastou.
Yo, and we're back for another episode 17 of Mav Talk. Yo, let's get that banger playing real quick. Yeah, because it's fucking banger, dude. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got that banger playing in the background. Yeah, we're back for another beautiful Mav Monday with a little Brazilian funk going on. We got a LAT versus FaZe for a little background content. And I'm here with my co-host, Mr. CEO himself, Mr. GOS7. It's the newest Rocket League, guy around the block.
Man.
Yeah, I heard he's been placing in some tournaments. He's gonna be T15 in the world come here next Mav Monday. So y'all be on the lookout for that one.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Rocket League has been very generous to me. I've been very generous to the community with what I've been getting involved with. I've met a ton of streamers, built a community off of it. We got a different Mavericks Discord for that. It's a temporary server just so everyone can keep communication. I mean, it's better than giving out each other's phone numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just fuck it. Have a simple server, simple group. But we got the team going. We're growing that community. That's going to be introduced when 3.0 is released. Don't have a particular date or month when it's going to be released, but we got a lot of stuff we're working on. Basically, I'm exploring the community, what else is out there, going into the comp scene of things, as well as being a player too. And it's been a fun journey. One thing, a pretty well-known player, I won't say his name just yet because I want it to be a surprise, told me that the difference between COD and Rocket League is there's no cap to skill level in Rocket League. Where I don't know how true that is. I'm not that far into COD, but I've climbed the ranks quite a bit with the people that I've met and talked to. I've co-hosted, co-streamed with some players, started playing tournaments and got out of playing ranked. I play ranked every now and again with like people that watch my stream. They want to play, but
What
it has been
rank Rocket League?
Yep, ranked Rocket League. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So for placement matches for 2v2s and 1v1s, landed a gold 3. Of course, in the last episode, talked about where I ended up. But back to gold. 3v3s, I'm not a huge fan of, though. That's one thing. The 2v2s and the 1v1s, I'm all for. The 3v3s, I'm not particularly a fan of, but I don't know. I'm trying to keep all of them up so they're all the same rank along the board, but I've kind of ventured away from playing ranked, and I'm in private matches pretty much every day now.
Oh,
Or
are you
on
really?
someone else's stream. Yeah, I'm supposed to play in a tournament tonight, actually. So
Okay. Hell yeah. Yeah. Nah, dude. I've been trying to get back and playing ranked, but with this season update on top of my computer, like I've literally I've crashed so many times. It's pretty much every other match. I'll get a scan repair, and then I'm able to save it sometimes. I'm able to join back into the game, so W for that feature. But like if I'm not able to get back into the match on time, I'm getting penalties. Like I got up to an hour at one point this weekend, just me trying to play and just keep playing ranked. But I guess I need to find eights lobbies because it doesn't seem as if the private matches the crash. It's mainly just ranked itself. And then once again, my computer shuts off when it wants to. But
yeah,
but yeah, either way, yeah, I can't even get back into COD if I wanted to. It's a pain in the butt.
I mean, for me,
I've just been watching matches.
yeah, and that's another thing. I've been watching a lot of VOD. I've been watching the pros play. The different teams and the levels to the teams. it's pretty interesting. I've even learned comms, setups, stuff like that. There's some easy, beginner level setups that if you're playing in pubs or even like lower ranked levels, no one plays those setups. But if you have a buddy or a duo you practice with, it's a goal like almost every single time. And if it's
Yeah.
not, it's a 2v1. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just really, it's mental stuff. It's not flying around with your car and doing flips and tricks. I mean, there's advantages to it. Saint, that 1v1, I will say it. I think this happened after the podcast. I had a chance to 1v1 a member and team owner, actually, Saint, in Rocket League, and I got stomped.
Yeah, this was the last Monday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And a lot of the stuff that he was doing is what I've had to go up against. And, I've been practicing and going into these tournaments. A lot of the stuff that he was doing to me, just, I don't know. Now, I don't, it's not much of, doesn't feel like much of a challenge for me.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, what he said he had like what 600 or 700 hours in Rocket League itself.
600 to 700 hours, but it just all depends. I mean, I've seen like from the videos and the VOD I've been watching, because some of the casters, we'll call it, we'll talk about, this guy's got 1,200 hours in the Rocket League. He's a veteran with this team, whatever. And then they'll have some brand new kid, U18. He shows up, he might have like, maybe 60 to 100 hours in the game, and he's making the 1,200 hour guy look like he's got to work on some new things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But like I said, kind of going back to what the pro told me was there's no cap to skill level in Rocket League versus what you play COD. Because I told him a little bit about, like the organization, the cord, whatever, and then comparing it to other games. It would be a good podcast session. So that's why I would like to keep his name kind of on the low. Maybe we can have him as a guest and talk about it. But
Yeah. Yeah, nah, and then like I was actually kind of watching a video today, and I guess like the premise of the video was like how esports and like streaming games kind of ruin playing games. Fuck, where was I going with that? Because it wasn't even about that. Fuck, man. I can't even remember where I was going with that.
that's a good
Dang.
topic that I could add something to if you.
Yeah, go
If
ahead,
you
go ahead.
I think the topic of esports ruining games is before there was esports, people played games to be, like it was your like, let's buy a case of Mountain Dew and play Halo all night. And regardless of the
Yeah.
result, we look back at it and we're like, we had a banging ass night. Where now it's kind of like gambling, which I don't want to associate gambling with it, but in a sense, now that esports has been introduced, granted, you can compete for free, you can do all these things, but everybody's playing for a rank, like a title. So when they get said title, regardless of whether it's a bronze or a top 250, I'm bragging about that shit, dude. Like, that's like having, I don't know, like that's just me. And then you start getting into leagues and stuff. Like, it's a whole, it's a whole ladder to it. And two, you start getting money involved with it as well, kind of like higher end sports, like with colleges, NFL, NBA, and then you even have the leagues below that for IRL sports. I mean, it brings competitiveness into it, but it ruins, I think, the fun factor for some of the people that want to just play to have fun.
Yeah. So yeah, you actually pretty much hit the nail on the head of like the premise of that video, where it's saying like people used to just hop on the game to have fun, like you were saying, but now if a kid is halfway decent at a video game, like now they're playing for something. They're playing for a career. Like it gets taken too seriously too fast, and it's not about
It
like
does.
that fun factor anymore. It's not like just hopping on to have fun. It's you're grinding towards something. There's an end goal
It
versus
does.
like where games used to not have an end goal. It was just purely for the
Yeah.
fun aspect of it.
And I think the thing that ruined it for me is, I've been a gamer my whole life, ever since middle school, really, is when I got into it. But I used to look forward to getting off of middle school and playing Jack and Dexter by myself. This is back before online was a big thing. And like, that was so big to me. Now, if I play a single player game, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? If I'm
Yeah,
not
what a
playing ranked, or if
waste.
I'm not practicing some sort of like, a skilled level game, like why am I playing a story that takes 8 hours to complete? I can just go watch a movie at the movie theaters. Like literally every time, that's just how it is for me. And I hate it, dude. Like
Yeah,
I
that
kind of
itchy
miss
feeling.
the nostalgia of like being like, I just can't wait to be myself. And I don't know. It's weird. It changes.
It gives you that feeling of like, man, I wish I had a hyperbolic time chamber to like stop time so I can play this game. Like that's how I
Yeah.
feel about Elden Ring. Like that's what I've been playing since, like whenever I get banned for too long and I have some free time and I'm not trying to like constantly grind towards something in real life or on the game or whatever, like I'll play Elden Ring, but I'm like, man, I wish I had a time chamber to stop time because I just don't feel like I have time to play this game. And like that's not like a feeling that you should have. Like I 100% know what you're talking
Yeah.
about, and you know I've been saying this for years. Like that itchy feeling, like you feel like you always got to be doing something, and that's not like a good feeling to have, especially like playing games. It used to be an escape for people. Now like if like some casual wants to hop on the game, they're kind of getting punished if they're like halfway decent at a game with skill-based matchmaking involved. COD kind of ruined that for everybody. Um,
Yeah. I think it's reward, the reward factor that comes with it is because of the stat tracking that's involved. And so, like, you see your progress along the way. You see when you're degressing. I mean, that's a huge thing for me because if I see I'm progressing, I'm like, all right, I need to keep doing what I'm doing. Look at it, do it better. Um,
yeah,
Unfortunately, I don't know what recipe I'm missing with COD, but I'm just gonna admit it. Try to get back into it. I know what my peak was. My peak was trash, but there was a moment there where I gave it my all, and I'm like, that there's something that's just missing, and I don't know. I don't know if it's something my brain can comprehend. I don't know if it's just lack of not practicing or studying or watching VOD. It's just I've just kind of come to the conclusion as a player, it's just not for me.
yeah,
However, I still love it. I still have passion for it. I love watching it. That is a pro too, like the CDL league and like these individual leagues and seeing our teams within the organization play. Is I have more fun showing up and watching those than I do playing in them. And when I tell you I have more fun, like I'll be at work and I'll see an event or like one of our teams playing, and I'm like, I cannot fucking wait to get home, watch that match. Like,
yeah, exactly.
that's just me.
Yeah, no, no, no. You got into it far enough to where that you can appreciate the skill level and you can thoroughly appreciate what's happening on the screen when Call of Duty is being played. So
Oh,
that
100%.
so like it's not totally wasted, and it's good that you found like, hey, this isn't for me, and I could actually pursue this better. Um, but it is definitely like that whole you feel like it's like at work where like if you are banging out hours or you're doing really good progress and all of a sudden your proficiency isn't where the boss needs it, like you get to, like you were saying, see that stat and watch it on the down curve, and you start feeling shit about yourself towards that because like um in December I had a pretty decent break and I was able to play COD all day, and I was God then, bro. Like I was nasty, and I took a few breaks, and now I'm kind of chasing that level that I was at one point, and like every time I hop on the game and I don't do as well, like it feels like crap. I'm like, man, I used to be really good at this game, and I don't know how to get back to that level. But what it was is just having that time to sit down and actually play the game and just grind
Yeah.
it out because some people are just naturally talented to where they can just pick up the controller and play really well. I'm not one of those people. Like I have some talent behind me just naturally, but like a lot of it is just straight up hard work and grinding the game.
Yeah. And I do believe kind of like writer's block for, music artists and stuff. I do believe that exists for gamers too.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, definitely. A lot of people
Even,
can go through slumps.
yep. Um, but yeah, so
I've
that's
seen
pretty much it
Yeah, I've
as far
seen
as,
the next COD BO7. There's some news that just dropped today, dude, and it's so greedy. Let's preface this a little bit with GTA 5 or GTA 6,
Yeah,
where
the reschedule. I'm sure you saw that
yeah, I saw the reschedule, and did you see like the
2026.
they're talking about making the game like $100 when it comes out? And well, okay, so yeah, they're thinking about making GTA 6 like $100 for the base game when it comes out. Not even premium edition. That'll come with like shark cards or anything. That'll probably be like 120 to $150 if I had to guess. But like a lot of games nowadays that are coming out are like in the $80 range. Like um, PlayStation's doing a lot of that. Xbox isn't so much doing that. Like when they came out with Oblivion recently, that was for $50. And for them to like do that is huge. Especially when you have uh like I said, like PlayStation and all these other games selling their games at a higher price point. So there's a lot of greed going on right now, microtransactions and whatnot. Well, COD with Black Ops 7, the news that dropped today is that they're going to be locking certain game modes behind Battle Pass. So like you can, and it's probably not going to be anything huge like TDM. I wouldn't think, but who knows at this point with the gaming industry. But they're gonna lock like certain game modes such as like TDM behind, like you have to buy the Battle Pass on top of buying the base game to play team deathmatch or like domination or like any like special. Like I said, t- team deathmatch isn't a good explanation of that, but I just don't know. But it could be like a domination, or if they came out with ground war, you have to buy the battle pass to play ground war, even though you already have the game. Like they are getting so greedy for a game that is like half-ass put together, anyways. Like where I'm
Yeah,
talking about, like I'm hopping in the ranked and I'm getting scan repairs. Like I am playing for SR, which is not easy to gain by any means once you get up to your rank, and I'm getting scan repairs, and you want to charge money, extra money for me to play additional game modes. Like just stick with your cosmetics. Like keep doing more crossovers, keep putting Seth Rogen in, keep putting in Nicki Minaj if that's what you want to make your money off of. Don't make it off a team deathmatch.
yeah. I've said it. I mean, I've said it over a year ago that I feel like COD should make ranked like its own entity, like it's its own game. Like you could even introduce. I mean, and I even hate to say this because of the whole the um
Microtransactions.
microtransactions and stuff, but like they could still make a little money off of doing some sort of microtransaction based off ranks. Like, oh, if you do this in one single match, like on a battle pass, kind of like I think that's the thing I like about. That's one of the things that I will say playing other competitive games like such as Rocket League is they have challenges to it. I mean, they don't just give it to you. I mean, like there's lists and lists and lists like you can try, and of course the easy ones get accomplished first, and then the other ones like it just encourages you to try, as opposed to all right, you spent 16 hours on the game, you leveled up 3 passes, congrats, and you also paid us $20 to have the pass.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I mean they definitely could. Like, all
I
right,
will
so
say this:
you're
I
yeah,
I
go ahead.
thought the next title was going to be a Modern Warfare title. I
Nah,
saw a false leak about that. I'm disappointed.
yeah, no,
I
it's
wanted
definitely
another.
Black Ops 7 is what they're calling it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm definitely kicking myself for the great things I've said about Black Ops.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, and
this is an early Mad Monday. What? What up, Nibble?
nah, it's not that early, is it? Nah, I
It
mean, I
is.
guess it is. I guess it is. Um,
Usually we don't start till like 8:45 to 9.
yeah, I was able to. I'm just able to fucking set up the stream stuff somewhat seamlessly now that I'm 17 episodes in. Um, but no, no, no. I mean, and you're not far off from them being able to making a separate game where it's like, hey, this is our competitive title, and this is like just regular COD. Um, because if you think about it, uh, you have Forza Horizon, which is uh, your free open
Free
world map.
roam,
Yeah,
mini games.
it feels more arcadey. It's more you can pick it up. easier for any casual or whatever. And then you also have regular Forza, which is sim style, and it's tracks only. You have cars. It's kind of harder to get money in that game, honestly, and
It is.
it's competitive. Like that's more of a
Mhm.
leeway into competitive. So I mean,
Right.
you're not far off from being able to have that, especially with what they call it is the COD HQ. You know how you load into Black Ops and it's got Warzone, ranked, multiplayer, and zombies down at the bottom. Like it. It can all be incorporated. Yeah, you download the same base game, but like you can still have like that area where it's like, hey, here's all the old maps from the past 5 years that the pros have picked out as being the best maps. Boom, here you go. Like and make it more of a ranked style, like more of a COD Mobile ranked style because COD Mobile they play on old maps. Like they have the best style of rank that there is, map
Yeah.
wise and maps and guns wise.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, to me, I don't understand. I mean, nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors, but to me, like from an outsider, a COD fan, like playing pubs, Warzone, I, I'll say playing comp. I don't play comp, but you know what I mean from that esports, the CDL league and stuff. Like, just imagine splitting CDL, ranked, all that. You have all that stuff going on over there. Fuck it, you could throw Warzone in there too because I know they have their ranked, and then you separate the two games. I mean, it
Yeah.
like you have the ability now. You have two separate entities, and I don't know if it's the type of thing where it's like, well, that would be so hard to manage for us. Like, we would have to hire a whole new team, whatever. No clue. But you have two separate entities. You got one doing one thing, one doing the other. I feel like it would be booming because even the people that are on like we just want to play pubs, we just want to have fun. Some of those people, if not a majority, maybe not a majority, but they're a good, decent amount of people would still be like, what are the pros doing? Like, what are the people that are better than I am doing? Like, I want to see what they're doing. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. And then Twitch, it's 2025. Like, there's Twitch, there's Kick, you have TikTok. Like, social media right now is booming. You know, I feel like I don't know. I would love to see that. Like
It
I would spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to keep myself into a competitive scene for COD if it was like a separated thing instead of this whole like, well, you get ranked, but you also get all this other bullshit that I don't play in these skins I don't care about. I'm not
yeah.
trying to play as Sasquatch, dude. Just give me my CDL home, like my basic generic CDL home skin, and I'm gonna grind ranked and see where what happens. Like that's the thrill for me.
Yeah, now I think it would be super easy for them. It would be easier for them to split up ranked and casual COD. I say that because their biggest thing that they have to do uh, when it comes to casual and ranked, what I would think would be the hardest thing for them to do is not to pay attention to ranked, but to pay attention between casual and ranked. With the PDW nerf, like the submachine gun nerf, um, they're having to cater to casual players and also cater to what the pros want because the pros have GA'd the barrel off of the submachine gun because it's too strong. Well, yeah, it's too strong for pros because their aims are godlike. They're the top 1% in the world of all COD players, and they're like, oh, this gun's OP. Well, as a casual player or someone that's not as skilled as them, hell, even me, I guess, like I feel that nerf of the PDW so much worse than so much more than what they do because I don't have the aim of a top 1% player in the world. Like the guns that I play like the times I've played ranked since the season reloaded update, everyone's just running the AMAs now. Like there are no submachine gun players. Like more, it was more of a balance earlier in the year when the PDW was OP. Like people would run the AMAs and some people would run the PDW, but now I want to run the AMAs myself just because I feel more comfortable on that. I'm trying to get like back into COD and it's an easier weapon to use for me. It's hard for me to run that because I look around and my other three teammates have the AMAs out. Like I cannot not run the PDW, and it's so ass. I don't know if it's a me thing. I don't know if it's a nerf thing or what. but they need to separate the two. It would be easier for them to balance guns strictly for ranked and then also balance guns strictly for casual players and not have to keep in mind for the two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't help but think too. Some of the maps don't play a part in that as well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, you're right.
you know,
That they
when, when
do.
when you got maps where you have points that have football fields on each direction, and maybe like a lane a sub player can play. Which, don't get me wrong, sub players have cracked sub players. Even Nibble himself in the chat. I see your chats. Um, you have your good moments, you have your bad moments. It's not going to work every single time, but it just seems like the maps this COD are more towards like long range shooters, And
Yeah,
then if you look back to MW3, I would think it was when me and you used to play, and Ethan, they had snipers in ranked,
that was
and then they
MW2.
had the MW2, yeah, MW2. They had snipers in ranked. They had the Vel, but like some of those maps were like those are like total sub maps. Like towards the end of my peak at COD was when that edit of you sniping came out in ranked.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember that, but
yeah, 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 yeah.
like it was
That
just nuts.
Yeah, the maps do play a big part. There are a lot of like smaller maps this year, like Skyline. We've got what's on the screen right now, Dealership. These are very like small maps. Last year, MW3, I would say the maps were more like medium to
Balance.
large size. And they more favored AR players, but the rival was the distance on the rival. I don't think the PDW would be able to compete with last year's COD. I guess is what I'm trying to say because the
Yeah,
this
I don't
PDW
think
this
so.
year is more of a sub machine gun. Like it is only close quarters. Yeah, you can get a good few like across the map kills with the PDW, but like you have to be locked in. You have to be dialed in for that. And yeah, last year if we had the rival this year, it would be insane.
Yeah, I missed a rival, dude.
Yeah, I miss the Vaznak and I miss the rival. I miss the rival more than I miss the Vaznak. I didn't think I would say that saying it last year when I was playing with the rival because that had a little bit of a learning curve for me, but I definitely miss the rival more than I miss the Vaznak. Even though the Vaznak was fucking nasty and it sounded so good too.
Yeah, it did. Uh, Favorite AR all time career. TAC 56.
Yeah,
I
you
know
like
I've
the
said it
tag?
numerous times. The TAC 56 was my all time favorite.
You should
That even goes back into previous games that I've played back when we were in middle school. The TAC 56 will go down. Throw the TAC 56 at my grave.
Nah, man. You should load up Warzone because they allow you to play with MW2 weapons in Warzone. You should
Oh, no,
load
I
up
know.
you should load up Warzone and play with the TAC 56 because the
Yeah, it's
visual
not the same.
recoil. Nah, the visual
It's not
recoil on
the
that thing
same.
is insane, dude.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same as it was.
Yeah.
It's different, dude. I'm telling you, I've done it.
I think it's just your nostalgia of like your first ranked. The TAC was
Uh,
not that good of a
I,
gun.
I
It wa-
loved it.
it's probably one of the worst ARs we've ever had.
No, no.
Yeah.
I'll send you some links that say different.
All right, I
I don't
got you.
know. It's an opinion thing. It's an opinion.
Yeah, I got you.
We gotta stick with the current times though. We're not in TAC 56 days anymore.
Yeah, we're in
We're in the
AMS
AIMS
and
days.
dog shit Jackal PDW days.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm feeling the nerves, and it's stupid. I wish they would kind of split it up and not have to worry about, oh, are casuals going to be using this gun too? Like, if the pros need something to be more balanced, then let the pros get their balancing, and let's not affect the casual players as much. Yeah, even though that like would transfer into ranked, but like still like I feel like it would be good for the community as a whole.
Yeah.
And
Um,
have you been seeing any of the Zuma crashing out on like the challenger players?
I haven't.
Nah,
I'm gonna be completely honest. I haven't kept up with anything but RL shit, dude.
yeah, I feel that. Yeah, Zuma's just been crashing out about the challenger players' scrim schedules. So like, there's a bunch of like gatekeeping where like the top teams they don't have day jobs. They have like some of them have nighttime jobs, but a very few of them even have jobs at all. I mean, a lot of them don't even have jobs in the first place, so they're able just to scrim all day. So like if you want to get good at COD and you work a day job, they're literally laughing at you like, oh, you have a day job and you're trying to play top tier challengers, and like you're getting laughed at. And
Hmm.
Zoom has been crashing out. Like he's like, why don't any of y'all have day jobs? Like y'all need to have jobs and scrim at nighttime. He's like, when I was coming up as a pro, he was like, I was bagging groceries. He's like, and I was going to college. Like Zuma went to college for graphics designs, and he was working in a grocery store bagging groceries as a pro. He was on Envy as a pro player, and he still had a day job. And like these new this new generation of COD players, they're in challengers. They're not even in pros. They're not even getting a salary for being on the teams that they're on, even though they're you know top 15 teams in the world. And they're like, oh yeah, why would we get a day job? Like you're not making any money. You're not placing.
It's just the difference between now and then.
Yeah, for real.
When, when Zuma was coming up, it was the comp was a lot different. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that kind of goes back to the whole streaming ruined gaming, because if you're somewhat good at a video game, you're like, "Oh, I can stream now. I can stream now." Like and make money off my gameplay, and because I'm good at the game, everyone's thinking about doing that. They're grinding towards that, and they're not getting anywhere with it. It's a hard thing to
not
do.
to, not to mention, I mean, everybody's doing it, but they also have the same capabilities to do now with like even some of the pros are doing with streaming. So they're, back then I feel like it was a little bit easier to get some recognition because, look at what they went through, kind of talking about they had day jobs, they were going to college and stuff. Back then, I'm just, I was a kid, so I don't know what all went into it, but I'm sure it was a little harder to get into streaming and getting clips and things like that and
Yeah.
putting it on YouTube than it is now where we have iPhones and I can literally show you how to change a valve cover gasket and post it on YouTube within half an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nah, the editing process and everything is streamlined. It's way easier to do anything of the sort nowadays.
Yeah,
Y-
it's like a stock that blew up. Everybody's buying it now. Everyone's
Yeah,
buying into it. Everybody's doing it.
and it's
Some are seeing
overinflated right now too.
it is. Some are seeing success, others aren't, and
A
others
lot
are
aren't.
a lot aren't. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's crazy, man. Think think about that. That's what I want y'all to go to bed and think about. Back then and now, look at some old clips of like the early 2000s. I go back and watch them. Look at the Codcaster stream setups, dude. It's so corny, bro, but it's so funny because they had so many viewers and comments, and they were like, people at the time were like, "This guy's the shit." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
back, what's his name? I feel like I sent a clip to the Discord. Competition is just way too high nowadays with content creation and going pro and any. Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah,
kind of like your chances of being in the NFL, dude. I bet at the end of the day, I guess the only thing I can think is you got to put in the work. Now it's not. I
and
mean, I don't know.
like the primary source of not to keep going back to the streamers and competitive gaming ruin games, but like the primary suspect for this of like a game getting ruined because of stuff like of this topic is Fortnite. You remember when like Fortnite was huge? Like everyone had fun on Fortnite when it first came out because no one knew how to play the game. It was a new style of game. Like there was old battle royales, but they weren't as fast paced as this, so no one knew how to play Fortnite correctly. And everyone was just having fun because there was no end goal. There was no like, oh, I can be a pro off this shit, or I can be a streamer off this shit. Yeah, there was like Ninja doing his thing, but that's when no one knew how to play the game. They were playing the game to like have fun, and then they found it through that. They started streaming because of the correct reasons. They didn't stream because they saw the money involved into it. But yeah, yeah, yeah. So Fortnite and 100% got ruined because of comp gaming and streamers.
Yeah, and I will say too, Fortnite to this day is still, I want to say, one of like the number one, like
Yeah, I think so.
most
Games, one of the
people
most played.
stream it.
Yeah,
top donations, top everything.
yeah, a lot
Which
of engagement over that way.
their pitches are crazy because it's mainly pitched toward kids, hence the Lego, Fortnite, and everything else. So
Yeah,
the new generation coming into gaming, they see that. We were all kids once. I get it, but
yeah,
you
but
try to compare something like that to what we're into. I think
now
the target audience.
if kids are good at Fortnite now, then like now they're grinding it. Like versus like if you were good at Fortnite back in the day, or if you were good at COD, you were good and you were getting friend requests sent and all that stuff. Like people wanted to be your friend because you were purely good and they wanted to like play with you and see how you got better. Versus now, like if you're a kid and you're good at the game, you're like, oh, now I gotta go pro. Now I gotta go pro, and you're not having fun anymore, bro. I
Yeah,
don't know. This is like a off-season topic rant, in a sense, because like we're very like we're a competitive based chord, but yeah, I don't know. There's a fun factor that's getting taken out of, and we're just a product of the beast.
yeah, we are. I mean, honestly, following in the footsteps of it.
Yep.
But
But this is
it,
getting with the
it is what it
times.
is.
Yep.
Got to stick with the times or get left in last place. So,
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah, I think that about does it. Do you have any crumble cookie news?
Yeah, they got a new cake. They got the Tres Leches cake.
I can totally see you going on your lunch break and picking up this cake and then going back to the break room and eating it. And
The
then,
break room. Why would I go back to the break room? I don't do
okay,
that no more.
back.
I know what you mean
Yeah,
though.
my bad. Going back and then the jokes that used to be made, they're like, what the fuck? Inks? Like, what are you doing? As you're fucking smashing your mouth with this cake, and you're like, yeah, man, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, yeah, crumble cookie's all right. I keep saying to myself every time I buy it, I'm like, it's not as good as I put it on to be. It's really not. Like I'll buy it. I'll buy some cookies, and I'm like, fuck, I wasted my money. I fucking wasted my money. But I don't know. It's starting to wean off a little bit.
Yeah, well, I got into something recently.
Yeah,
You're not big into popcorn, are you? Like movie theater popcorn, stuff like that.
not terribly big, nah.
All right. Went
I
to
wouldn't say I'm
Kroger
a
the other day.
connoisseur of any sort.
Yeah. Well, went to Kroger the other day. The only reason I'm saying this is because we don't have one of these where we live. The closest one is Roanoke, and then anywhere else after Roanoke is all North Carolina, South Carolina, going farther down south. Kroger had an AMC theaters like microwavable popcorn box, and it came with the oil packets too.
Oh damn.
I was like, oh shit, I gotta try that. Did it, dude? Best popcorn I've ever had.
Yeah.
Microwavable. Just saying.
Yeah. Do you like kettle corn?
Yeah, kettle corn's pretty good. Yeah, I like kettle corn.
And then I'll go out to sometimes. This is very rarely that I do this anymore now, but like I used to go out to the store and get the like the little season shaker things, and I would like get the little cheddar and
Yeah.
pop it on there, or
Oh,
like the
shit.
ranch packets or whatever. But
You
yeah.
gotta go to Uncle Mike's. He's got all the shakers for popcorn.
Oh
He's a
jeez.
popcorn fiend, dude.
She.
Yeah. But
Well, yeah. That should be it for Math Monday, right?
yeah, I would say nimble while you're in the chat. After the live is posted, go back and rewatch it. I gave a segment on Rocket League. I know you play it, but been in basically waltzed my way through an open door and it's blown up. So I'm running with it until it doesn't work anymore, and then boom, already got that community created, and they're ready. They know about 3.0. Just it's just a matter of time. But
Yeah. I should have the Minecraft server stable within the next 2 or 3 weeks once I move and get some good internet. So once the Minecraft server thing really goes live, because like I have it up but it's just super laggy to even play on. But once it goes live, I'll probably grind that out for like a week or two and kind of get some people popping in that and getting some Mav buildings made and shit like that. Maybe we can run a podcast there, or like a town hall community thing, and
yeah,
have an episode in Minecraft world or some shit.
Yeah, definitely could. One thing I always wanted to see in Minecraft was like a Hall of Fame of like going back to like the OG group. Just I know you can make pictures and stuff, but just I don't
Yeah,
know. I
yeah,
pictured
no, we
this
could.
museum with the big Mav logo on it. You enter it, whatever. It's like the NFL Hall of Fame. You go through, and we could even go into depth as far as putting stats for the newer teams and stuff. But that's thinking far ahead. But
Yeah, yeah,
anyways,
that'd be fun.
that's just the kind of like stuff you go to bed thinking about. Like if I loaded into a Mav Minecraft server,
Yeah,
I'm
what
gonna
are you gonna
envision
see?
myself walking through it. What would be in there?
Yeah. All right.
The
Well,
music. Oh, hold up. Music jockey has to have his own building
yeah, we'll throw. Yeah, dude, you walk in
instead
there.
of chicken jockey.
It's just a
Instead
fucking
of
disco party in there.
instead of chicken jockey, it'll be music jockey.
Yeah.
But
All right, y'all. I thank every single one of y'all for tuning in for this beautiful Mav Monday. Go ahead and do your thing. Drop a like, drop a comment below on the video. Get us some engagements. And yeah, we'll see y'all possibly next Monday for Mav Monday, because I'll be kind of moving. So I think my next week is gonna be super busy.
yes,
So
sir.
we may or may not run one. But yeah, we'll see y'all back on another fine Monday once it comes upon us. Peace out, boys.
Foi no baile de favela que tudo
Gmail logo.
aconteceu. Fui
In case any of y'all don't know how to do it, it's Gmail logo.
Ele me